Your thoughts are not yours, or are they? Okay, crazy title, right? I'm reading Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear by Elizabeth Gilbert, also author of City of Girls and Eat, Pray, Love. She spoke about a book that she started writing, but then got sidetracked by another book and emergency travel. In doing a book tour for the book she got distracted by, she met a woman she felt she knew forever. They became dear friends who would connect maybe once a year, but felt like friends during a sleepover whenever they did see each other. Elizabeth tried to revisit the story that she put off, but something crazy happened. She couldn't finish the story. She tried, she pushed, but the idea, the story, the thought just left. One day, this author friend of hers, whose name was Anne, was excited to tell Elizabeth about a story she was writing and felt so passionate about. It was the same story as the one Elizabeth started writing but couldn't finish. There were 2 small minor differences, but the story premise was exactly the same. Crazy, right? The thought literally jumped brains. The story wanted to be created. It needed to, so it found someone who had the capacity to do so. They both agree that the story was Anne's, not Elizabeth's, to write, that no one could have written it like Anne did. So then I thought, do we even own our thoughts? I'm also rereading The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. He says that words are magic. What we think and what we say become our reality. You can use black magic or pure magic, depending on the types of words you use. So our words go out there and create. They get picked up by other people, and people choose whether or not to agree with the words or to disagree with the words and let the words stop. I.e., the magic doesn't work. You don't believe in them. In looking at telepathy, there is science behind being able to transfer messages or thoughts between people. There is an ability to interpret subtle social cues that can be enhanced by oxytocin, a hormone that increases trust and social approach behavior. For our brains to connect across large distances, we have to be dialed into a frequency similar to whatever an internet connection allows, i.e. saying that we don't need to be next to each other to be able to read each other's thoughts, but there is a frequency that needs to carry said thoughts. The hippocampal and parahippocampal brain regions may be involved in telepathic communication since they are involved in integrating memories and subtle aspects of language communication, like sarcasm. ESP could depend on fast inference, which requires more openness to another, as implied by the oxytocin study, which was written in Psychology Today. In the story of Elizabeth and Anne, I wonder if their connection was so powerful that they unknowingly telepathically shared this story, idea, this thought, and Anne was able to create the full story. I do find it fascinating that there is such a thing as collective consciousness, that we can all think of something in a similar format or all chant a mantra in the same tone and create from that space. We are all parts of a collective network that binds us. However, we fail to have conscious awareness, perception, and sensation of this network. And then I found the definition of interdependence. Interdependence means that everybody and everything is intertwined as a single system. It means that every action you make, even every thought and feeling you have exerts its influence on this system. Likewise, interdependence also means that every action, thought, and feeling of every person is influencing everybody simultaneously. And then we get into neuroscience, and that's where I get a little overwhelmed and need to come back to another day. Going back to the concept of telepathy, this same article shows the research done on happiness spreading. If you're happy, it increases the chances of your friend being happy, even if they live miles away. Your neighbor's chance of happiness increases, and the people they are connected to and friends with have an increased chance of happiness. I never thought about it that way, but it makes sense and aids in the interdependence theory that everything each one of us does has an impact not only on the immediate world around us, but extended outside of our immediate communities. The moral of the story? Changing humanity's mindset from how to benefit myself to how to benefit others is the key to everyone's happiness. If we understand that how we feel and treat ourselves will affect how we feel and treat others, maybe we'll begin to heal and in turn help others heal. Maybe if we begin to truly love ourselves for who we are and not what society has put expectations on us, then we will begin to truly love and accept those around us, even if they're not like us. Okay, that got off topic a little bit, but did it? So, do thoughts just exist and they hop from one person to another? Or does someone come up with a thought and it can be delivered to someone else because of the network or frequency we are connected to? I do believe it is up to us whether or not we let them stick after learning about interdependence. The thought originated somewhere, but maybe it wasn't with us. But maybe it was. We can change the story, believe the thought or not, or claim it as our own, but it was never really ours to begin with. We're all connected. Technically, it belongs to all of us. But it's like the age-old question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Except, did we come up with the thought first, or did the thought purely exist and we claimed it? Happy thinking.